Forward podcast. My name is Rabi. Please join me to welcome my co-host Andy Lamrock. Andy, how are you this beautiful evening?
Whoa, what an intro. Round of applause. uh, I couldn't be better, to be honest. We're almost getting back to normal. Well, not quite, but things are definitely improving. Restrictions are coming off.
Oh yeah.
How are you feeling? You must be feeling good to be able to get out and about again.
I'm very happy that gyms are going to be reopened. I believe on the 22nd or 23rd of June, in Victoria. So that's definitely great news. Today I have a bunch of topics that I want to talk to you about, but most importantly, this is something that could impact everyone that's listening, including you and I. And that is finally in Australia. We've been struggling with internet speeds for so long. Now you can actually get gigabit internet. Now,
Whoa.
let me explain a little bit because it is exciting from the download speed, but the upload speed is a bit unfortunate. So yesterday I stumbled upon something that got me really excited. An article by Kotaku, I hope I'm not butchering their name, titled "Australia finally gets gigabit internet today." And it's not clickbait, no offense to Kotaku, but the news is that all users on fiber to the premises FTTP can now order a 1,000 down, 50 up megabits per second plan. Apparently, you can only order this from Aussie Broadband at the moment, and it costs about 149. I checked their website, and they say it's the best effort plan. But you probably will also need a new modem to support the higher speeds. They're offering a Netcom for another 149 dollars, or you can get a Google Nest that will come up to $300 just for the modems. But if you have a bigger house, it's a valuable investment. So you're looking at a $300, if not more, investment for the first month. But hey, it is a luxury, though a very desirable one for me as a tech kid. So, would you be interested in buying this kind of solution or product for you?
I don't know. Are you the salesman today or something like that? Hey, but how exciting to think that our government's investment in building the NBN
Mm,
is now resulting in additional providers sitting on there, developing the technology, getting us to world-class speeds that are really phenomenal. 1,000 megabits down, like a gigabit speed is just incredible, right?
hmm
But look, would I buy it? Look, if I was a serious gamer, I think this would be awesome, right? I think you see a lot of gamers complaining about their speeds and feeds, and so having that down. I don't know, gaming. Do you upload much data when you're playing or not? I'm not. I'm just
Good,
thinking about fit.
good question. So, they said that one of the reasons why internet companies were going for this is because the new Call of Duty game, the Battle Royale one, Warzone, has updates that are very large in size. So I think one of their updates was like 32 gigabytes. And
Whoa.
when you're a gamer and you want to play a game, you're done of work, it's nighttime, you got your favorite drink, and you want to play a game. You don't want to be surprised with a 32 gigabyte download that's going to take a while. And I think the 1000 down speeds is great for this. And my understanding is that there are already more than 100 customers that are using this. So people want this, especially I understand gamers like me. And the thing is, I don't think the ping or the latency is going to be affected that much. For someone like me who's a casual gamer, there is a 250 down plan which I might go for, but the 100 NBN 100 that I have already is I'm more than happy with it, and I think if there's anything about latency that could be affected by this, I'm more than happy to invest. Other than that, I'll see how it goes. It's one of those things where in a couple of years I might be like, ah, come on, why not? But I'm very excited and I'm happy the option is there.
Well, it does say best ever, so buyer beware. But it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, so that's really exciting, and again, as I said, I'm just very excited that the option is there. So with that, I think I'd like to shift to the other topic, which is I wasn't expecting this, but apparently VR tech may impact memory development. Um,
Whoa,
it,
you're in trouble then.
uh,
You're the
uh,
VR lover.
oh, I love it. My other piece of news really comes from technologydecisions.com.au. They wrote about a 2019 study from the Toyohashi University of Technology in Japan, published in Frontiers in Psychology for anyone who wants to dig deep into this. It found that the use of virtual technology tools may impede the ability to form visual memories. Um, so what they wanted to
Well,
understand are the differences between active and passive VR. And let me explain here. An example of active VR is playing a VR game where your movement impacts the visuals, the game. Passive VR is when you're watching a view that doesn't move. So say a 360 video on YouTube. Um, 40 subjects took part in the study, evenly split between passive and active viewing conditions. All participants watched a video set in a museum where they were shown a series of paintings by two well-known artists. They were subjected to memory tests immediately after watching the film and again 2 weeks later. The memory tests of both groups were similar immediately after the viewing, but markedly different once 2 weeks had passed, with the active group's retention notably more diminished than the passive viewing groups. So, it seems to me that the people that are actively participating in the gameplay are more involved with the movement than trying to remember what they're looking at. I don't know. What do you think about this?
oh, my first reaction is devil's in the detail here.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
markedly different. So is that 1%, 2%, 10%? I mean, that's
Hmm.
subjective. So, I guess I'm sure if we look at the study, and I haven't looked at the study, that's for sure. Maybe that they give us some insight.
Hmm.
And the other thing that I guess I question here is where's the control group? Did they have a control group where they just did it on a normal
Hmm.
standard screen?
Yeah.
Um, and did they do it in a physical space as well? So I think here what we're doing is we're looking at a very small cohort, but it's great at the same time to think that people are concerned about this, worried about this. Clearly this
Yeah.
is technology that's running at us quickly, and so understanding potential social challenges or impacts on society is just as important as from a health perspective as it is
Yeah.
from a benefits perspective. Yeah.
Exactly. And especially the more we see VR technology coming into our daily lives, a lot of companies that before used to get a lot of their revenues from people showing up at their stadiums, and now they're switching to VR technology to help you be more immersed in the activity that they're presenting. Um,
And I think I'd say it's quite a timely study as well, because that sort of um, immersive part of VR, the ability to actually physically immerse yourself in those moments, is really, really accelerating quickly as well. We've seen a lot of media, particularly in the last few weeks, of
mhm.
people really developing that type of technology and going beyond the passive state of simply viewing.
Yeah, 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 and it's just I'm just happy that there are people that are concerned about this and that are doing something to look into this because I'm pretty sure this is going to change a lot. We've seen a lot of psychological effects on people now with the use of social media, and so the more we understand what it is, the better it is. So I'm glad at least there's someone looking at how this is going to affect us in the future because it's definitely coming to us. Um, I have another piece of news that I think is gonna. This blew my mind when I stumbled upon it. It was just I couldn't believe that we're going to move. Oh, well, if this is successful, we're going to move so quickly, and the shift in technology is going to be so massive. So, Google reported a remarkable breakthrough towards the end of 2019. The company claimed to have achieved something called quantum supremacy, using a new type of quantum computer to perform a benchmark test in 200 seconds. Now, this was in stark contrast to the 10,000 years that would supposedly have been needed by a state-of-the-art conventional supercomputer to complete the same test today. So
Whoa.
IBM claims, I'm sure IBM was sensitive about this. They claim that their supercomputer with a little bit of optimization could solve the task in a matter of days, but still, from 200 seconds to days is a large stretch. And Google's announcement made it clear that we're entering a new era of incredible computational power. Like quantum computing, quantum communication records information in what are known as qubits. Just to go a little bit more in detail about quantum internet, which is another mind-blowing technology that's coming in. So it's similar to the way digital systems, you and I understand, use bits and bytes, whereas a bit can only take the value of 0 or 1. A qubit or a quantum bit can also use the principles of quantum physics to take the value of 0 and 1 at the same time. What?
Whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa!
and I
Really?
understand from quantum physics this is called a superposition of both. So this will allow quantum computers to perform, certain computations very quickly instead of solving several variants of a problem one by one. The quantum computer can handle them all at the same time. I'm just mind blown. Are you?
Gosh, and I'm just processing this, right? So you've touched on quantum computing, and now quantum networking or something
Yes.
communication. Like,
Yes, you heard me
oh
right.
wow, what a huge topic, right? If I the first thing that rushes to my mind is this is incredible. Like we think about Moore's law and the hockey stick, etc. I mean, this is going vertical now, right? It's just crazy numbers. But having said that, we're accelerating, edge computing, moving the compute to the edge of WANs and things like that, so we
Oh,
can get these ultra fast, low latency connections. So it kind of makes sense that it's
yeah.
moving to quantum communications as a practice. I hadn't researched that before. Maybe, hey, why don't we do a whole podcast on this? This is such a cool
This is
topic.
massive.
I've
Yeah.
always been interested in quantum computing. I'm not a physicist, so I probably can't get my head around it as some. But
Neither am
let's
I.
let's chew the fat next week on this one. This is huge.
Good idea. There's a lot to be learned here, and I think we do need to do a little bit of more research. Though I don't, no matter how much research we do, I think we're still gonna be like, what the hell are we talking about? But yeah, absolutely. Episode 7 of the Moving Forward podcast is going to be about quantum internet and quantum computing. And for anyone that wants to have more details about this, obviously I'm trying to get some information from an article that was on theconversation.com titled "Quantum Internet: The Next Global Network is Already Being Laid." So it's very exciting news. This week I think we've had great news with the gigabit internet in Australia, and also quantum computing being laid out, quantum internet being already designed, and if anyone's going to do it, Google has a lot of money to do it, and they have a lot of the brightest minds in the field to do it. So it's very exciting news.
Oh, that's cool. I'm going to look forward to this. Lots of research in this next week or so. But it is getting late. What a super chat, Rabi.
Absolutely. With that, we have reached the end of episode 6 of the Moving Forward podcast. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Bye, everyone.